You pick up your phone, say hello, and all you get back is silence. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, then a click. They're gone. That wasn't a bad connection. That wasn't a wrong number. Something just happened in those 3 seconds, and you didn't even notice it. Most people ignore it. They move on like nothing happened. Probably a glitch. Maybe a telemarketer. But what if that silence was not random? What if those 3 seconds were actually a test, and you just passed it? Think about it. You didn't click any suspicious link. You didn't share your password. You didn't give away any personal information. All you did was say one simple word, hello. And that might have been enough. Right now, there are systems dialing thousands of numbers every single minute. Not humans. Machines. Silent, fast, and extremely efficient. They are not calling to talk to you. They are calling to find you. The moment you answered, the moment you made a sound, your number may have just been marked as active, real, reachable, valuable. And here's the part almost nobody realizes. That short moment of silence, it's not empty. It's working. In those few seconds, something on the other end could already be analyzing your response, measuring it, tagging it, possibly even recording it, all from a single hello. Now imagine this. Your number gets moved from a random list to a priority list, a list of people who actually answer their phones, a list that gets shared, sold, and targeted again and again. That one small moment could be the reason you start getting more scam calls, more convincing ones, more dangerous ones. And the worst part? You wouldn't even connect it back to that one silent call, because to you it felt like nothing. But it wasn't nothing. It was the first step. So what exactly is happening behind that silence? And why do they only need 3 seconds to do it? Stay with me, because once you understand this, you will never answer your phone the same way again. So what's really happening during those 3 seconds? It's not random. It's a system, and it works in 4 fast, calculated phases. Phase 1, the blast. This is where it begins. A single automated system starts dialing hundreds, sometimes thousands, of phone numbers every minute. There's no room full of people making calls. No agents sitting with headsets. Just software, running nonstop, scanning for one thing, a real human voice. Your number is just one of millions. Phase 2, detection. The moment you answer and say anything, hello, yeah, even a small sound, the system reacts instantly. It doesn't need a conversation. It doesn't care what you say. It only cares that you said something. That's the signal. In that exact moment, your number gets tagged. One simple label live. You've just been identified as someone who answers calls. Phase 3, the silence. Now this is the part most people misunderstand. That pause you hear? Those 2 or 3 seconds. That's not a delay. That's processing time. The system is quickly trying to connect your call to the next available scammer. But while it's doing that, it may also be capturing your voice. Even a short hello can be enough. In today's world, technology has advanced to the point where tiny voice samples can be stored, analyzed, and used later. You don't need a full conversation anymore. Just a few seconds of audio can start building a basic voice profile. And all of that can happen before anyone even speaks to you. Phase 4, the profit. This is where it all pays off. Your number is no longer random. It's now confirmed, verified, and valuable. It gets pushed to what scammers call a hot list, a collection of numbers that are proven to be active. From there, your number can be sold to other scam networks or saved for more targeted attacks. And those future calls, they won't be silent. They'll sound real, urgent, convincing, because now they know you're there. And it all started with 3 seconds and one simple word. But here's where things take a darker turn, because they're not just tracking your voice. They're learning your behavior. Here's where this stops being just creepy and starts becoming dangerous, because they're not just confirming that you're real. They're studying you. Every time you answer a call, data is being collected. Not just your voice, your behavior. What time did you pick up? Morning? Afternoon? Late at night? How quickly did you respond? Did you hesitate or answer instantly? These small details may seem meaningless to you, but to them, it's valuable intelligence. Over time, this builds a pattern, a profile, and that profile tells them exactly when you're most likely to answer again. Now you're not just a random number anymore. You're a predictable target. And this is where the real pipeline begins. First, the silent call confirms your number is active. Then, your number gets added to a priority list. Next, it gets passed to more advanced scam operations. And those calls are different. They don't start with silence. They start with confidence. Someone calls pretending to be your bank. or a government agency, or a delivery service with a problem that needs urgent action. They already have a script ready. They already know when you're likely to pick up. And now, they're prepared to pressure you. This is how people get pulled in. Not because they're careless, but because the call feels real. It feels timed perfectly. And that's not an accident. It's engineered. Every step of this process is designed to move you closer to one outcome: giving away information, sending money, or clicking something you shouldn't. And the numbers behind this are shocking. Every year, billions of dollars are lost to phone scams. Real money, from real people, disappearing through carefully planned calls like these. And many of those cases start the same way. A missed call, a silent call, a harmless moment that didn't feel important at the time. But it was. Because once your number enters that system, it doesn't just stop. It spreads. And the more it spreads, the more calls you get. Each one more targeted, more convincing, and more dangerous than the last. So the question is no longer, is this real? The question is, how do you stop it before it even starts? Because the answer is much simpler than you think. So how do you stop something this advanced? Surprisingly, with something incredibly simple. It comes down to one rule, a rule that can break this entire system before it even begins. When you answer an unknown number, say nothing. No hello. No yeah. Not even a small sound. Just silence. This is what I call the silent shield. Because the system on the other end is desperately waiting for one thing: proof that a human is there. The moment you speak, you give it exactly what it needs. But if you don't, the system fails. It assumes your number is inactive, or that it reached a voicemail. It marks the call as unsuccessful and moves on. In some cases, your number may even get removed from future call lists. You win without saying a single word. Now let's make this even more practical. Here's a simple 4-step playbook you can use every time an unknown number calls you. Step 1. Answer the call, but stay completely silent. No greetings, no reactions. Step 2. Wait for 3 seconds. Count it in your head. If it's a real person, they will speak first. They'll say something like, "Hello? Is anyone there?" Step 3. If someone comes on the line and asks, "Can you hear me?" Never say yes. That one word can be recorded and potentially misused. Step 4. Take control of the conversation. Instead of short answers, respond with full sentences like, "I can hear you. Who is this?" Or "May I know who's calling?" This gives them nothing useful to exploit. And there's one more thing you should do right now. Go into your phone settings and enable features that block or silence unknown callers. Most smartphones already have this option built in. Once it's turned on, many of these calls won't even reach you. Now, if you're thinking, "I've been answering these calls for years," don't panic. That doesn't mean you've been scammed. It just means your number might be circulating in these systems. What matters is what you do next. Stay aware, stay cautious, and start using this method from today. Because those 3 seconds of silence, they're not just a mystery anymore. They're your advantage. Use them right, and you shut down the system before it ever reaches you. Stay silent. Stay in control.